Good morning. Welcome to JournalismIziko morning show. My name is Kulan Shawalala. I'll be taking you over from this point on to forward. Durban has been very busy. We just came back from the Durban July. It's going down, but let's just find out what Iziko has in store for you. On our first story, we have a story by Usamgele Sokwela. It's city closure of community court sees an increase in crime. This is a story about a community court from Marian Hill, which was built to deal with the cases that the community goes through. There was a fine of a cow or a goat that you had to pay, and if you didn't want to pay it, then you were moved from the community. So the story is a very good story, as it shows us what really happens when we change the laws which we're holding our communities together. It's a beautiful story. Go to journalismiziko.dut.ac.za to get more insight on it. For more insight on every story that I'll be talking about here, go to our website, journalismiziko.dut.ac.za, and you're going to get more insight and learn more. But now moving on to our lifestyle feature. We have a story written by Ukolsani Kumalo called Comedy for Racism. Something like that, let me check. So, Kosan's story is about Ukakrisolodikha, who was at Amsterdam Bar and Grill to do a stand-up comedy. That was after the Durban International Film Festival, and he starred in the movie called Wonder Boy for President at Amsterdam. He focused more on racism, and his jokes were more about racism. People received him very well, and to get more insight, just go to our website. Right now in the studio, I'm joined by Usihle Makowana, who is the general reporter at JournalismIziko. He wrote a story for our feature section called "Is Local Really Lekker?" And basically the story looks at coaching and at the various things that go through our sports industry in South Africa. So Usihle Makowana is going to explain the story in detail. Welcome to the show, Usihle.
Thanks, Kolana, for having me.
Thank you so much. Please explain the story. What is it about?
Well, as the title says, is local really lekker? What I'm trying to say in this article is that we've been crying about international coaches not delivering, and we're saying, how about we give our local coaches a chance to come and coach our national teams, and yet we have local coaches both for Bafana Bafana and the Rugby national team. What are we saying? We're still crying. They're not delivering. What are we supposed to do, or what is the sports fraternity supposed to do? What it is supposed to do is to give these coaches a chance to cement their place in the teams, to recruit the right players and everything. And I think Coach Sheikh Mashab is doing the very same thing.
Let's look at Coach Sheikh's. How long has he been coaching the South African team?
Well, he took over in 2014 after an unsuccessful run from another local coach, which is Gordon Egerson, who failed to qualify for the African Cup of Nations. Well, Sheikhs took over in 2014, did very well. Everyone was praising him.
So So when those international coaches were coaching South Africa, did South Africa qualify for the AFCON?
Well, not really. You remember that in 2009 we were about to host the World Cup. We were coached by Carlos Alberto Pereira, a famous figure from Brazil. And also when he was called back in Brazil due to family matters, he brought his colleague, which was Joe Santana, also who didn't deliver. So now, how do we move on from that? What I'm suggesting is...
So nobody's delivering, whether you're
nobody's delivering, and yet we do have someone who has capabilities of delivering. This guy is coached under 17, under 20, under 23.
And they've been successful in it.
Yes, they even went to the World Cup. How about that? This guy knows the history of the South African football, he knows the players. So how about we give him a chance to prove himself?
Let's give him a chance to prove himself.
We will give him a chance. Another guy who needs to be given a chance is Coach Alisa Kutia, who recently took over from the former Rugby coach, who sadly didn't do well in the World Cup, and yet he was kept there for many, many times. And another thing that triggered his exit was that he lacked transformation. No transformation was seen in the Rugby national teams, which is why we're facing sanctions recently imposed by Lentuzana, Minister of Sport Fikile Mbalula, which could be critical in us bidding for the 2023 Rugby World Cup.
What do you think about the future of South African sports? Do you think we have a good future? Do you think we can do better?
the future really looks good when I Polani. As I'm saying, this guy knows the under 17, knows the under 20s, knows the under 23. Tell me, with that kind of knowledge and with that kind of players in mind, don't you think the future will be looking very, very bright for the South African sports fraternity?
I think it could, but it depends, because the players that play for the under 19 or whatever, it's not the same players as those that are playing for the national team, right?
I do understand that. You know what's unique about these two coaches? Coach Alistair Coetzee also has experience with young players. He is bringing young players. You remember the recent series that we won against Northern Ireland rather, was featuring young players, and we lost the first game. Everyone was like, no, this is not happening. We've never lost to Ireland. What is happening? What is Alistair Coetzee doing? And he came back, won 2 games, won the series. Shakes Mashaba went to the AFCON, won each and every game he started, and then when things went bad, everyone was saying, Efrain is not the right man for the job. What do we want?
I think they should hire you to be their marketer, because you are marketing them very well. Thank you so much, Sister, for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been an honor to have you in the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. And in our world of sports, we have Ndumiso Ngomolo's story. But before we go to Ndumiso Ngomolo's story, do not forget to follow us on Twitter at JournalismIziko, and also like our page on Facebook at JournalismIziko. Moving on to sports, Ndumiso Ngomolo wrote a story. It's AmaZulu strengthen their squad. The lead goes like, the Moses Mabhida Stadium's outer fields were filled with young players all over South Africa to take part in the trials that were hosted by AmaZulu FC on Thursday morning. So the story is about the trials that took place at Moses Mabhida, where AmaZulu was just trying to grab abantwana abancane who were doing good, who can really play the sports game. So just to get more on the story, go to our website, of course, and read Uguti Beti Undu Abanjani Ama Trials. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been very great. I enjoyed myself on today's show. So for more, please do not forget to go to our website, because you need to follow us and like us on all our social platforms. And do not forget, very importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more of these videos and to be part of this morning show that will take over South Africa by storm. And this has been our morning show, brought to you by the beautiful JournalismIziko team. From me with love, goodbye.